sleeping in bed right now.
And what am I supposed to do with this information?
I wanted to say hi. What time it is in France?
It's 11 p.m.
How do you say that in French?
23 heures.
Because we don't eat like... you know, like, today there's the show, right? And like, right now.
Wait, no. Did you say I can't understand?
There's the show you're always missing every Tuesday and Thursday. You managed to miss your own show.
Well, if you hear that, that means he's awake.
He's awake, but that doesn't mean he's here. He just went to put his dog out and... Yeah, we're alive, but we don't have Bad right now. So, he doesn't have subjects either, but we have Boop. Hi, Boop.
Oh yeah, 6.
What's up?
Honestly, not much. I finished work pretty recently, and I'm just looking forward to getting some debating done.
Oh. Well, what do we do while we wait for bed? Do we put another song? I mean, I have a playlist ready that I can follow while we wait for bed, but... Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with Anne-Marie. Ciao, adios. On Only Hit. We'll be back when Bad is here. And we're back, Bad is here. Bad?
Hello.
Can you explain to us what happened? Can you explain to us what happened?
Nothing, I just took the dog outside.
And we want the rest? Yeah.
And I had to run and chase the dog behind the house.
Anyways.
What's so funny about that?
Anyways, welcome to the Weirdest Talk Show. And Bad, you're supposed to host it.
Hey everyone. How are you doing? So welcome to the Weirdest Talk Show in the world / universe. Basically what we do here is we have a special guest, and our special guest here today is Boop.
Hello.
Who did pretty good the last time he was here. So we decided to bring him back again, and he is going to try and battle me for the best debater of the day. And basically what we do is we pick a silly topic, and then we debate it. So, what are some topics we've done in the past? We debated, should like Crocs be the only shoe people are allowed to wear and things like that. So this time, we have a subject for debate, but we want to leave it up to you guys, okay? We were thinking of debating nobody is allowed to wear headphones anymore. A60, I'm getting feedback from your headset.
Oh, but, I muted.
Echo. Okay, there you go.
Oh, that was because you had this song before. Okay.
But, so, today, we were thinking about doing, one where no one's allowed... Oh, yes, so nobody is allowed to wear headphones anymore. Nobody is allowed to use your phone on silent mode anymore. So, or like you have to use your phone on speaker mode, basically making everybody able to hear your conversation. Okay? So it is, basically no matter where you go, if you're in your house listening to music, you're on your computer, you always, if you want to hear sound, have to have speakers plugged in. But that's one potential topic for today. Does anybody want to suggest another alternative topic for today? Or do you guys like that one and you think that would be something fun for us to do? What do you guys think?
I mean,
we haven't done headphones so far. Oh, we did. You have to keep your phone on silent. We did do that one. Huh. That's a good point.
Yeah, we did it
What about
on already.
one where you're not allowed to be over a certain weight or under a certain weight?
Wait, wait, say that again?
The one where you're not allowed to be over or under a certain weight. You have to be in a specific weight bracket.
What, so you have to, like, if you're too chunky, you have to lose all that extra weight, and if you're too skinny, you have to bulk up?
Yeah.
Interesting. What would our optimal weight brackets be?
Based on BMI.
So you're basically saying the debate would be everybody is legally compelled to be within the healthy BMI or something like that?
Not necessarily healthy, but
Just
not
within
to a point
A1.
where... Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Let's maybe pick a different one though. We can give this one some more thought later.
Alright.
Oh, do you guys remember last week? What was the one we were gonna do last week? It was, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, about the walls in your house. You either had to have windows everywhere, so your house was basically see-through, or you had to not have windows at all. What do you guys think? Oh, if we do a Minecraft should be banned one, then we would probably do maybe Minecraft versus Fortnite. Ooh. Do you want to do that, Boop?
Oh, we could do something about the recent 1.15 update.
What? Oh, is there something interesting in the 1.15 update? Ooh, what if we do pick something in there? Oh, I don't know anything about the 1.15 update.
Well, we got bees.
Well, yeah, but that's pretty much it. Bees and honey blocks.
We should probably start thinking about this before the show. That's not the first time I say this, but...
Oh, this is fun. What about... Ooh, this is an interesting suggestion. You're only allowed to own one electrical device, or you're legally compelled to have to own a bunch of different... Oh my goodness, I think we have our topic. Okay. What we will debate. What do you guys think about this? I'm going to change that suggestion up a little bit. Nobody is allowed to own any computational devices. So anything with like a computer or a motherboard in it. Okay? You're not allowed to own them at all. They're all kept at a central facility where if you want to go and use them, you have to go there. So you want to use your computer, it's stored at like maybe a local library or something. You have to pay to store it at another building where you will go and use it. Versus everybody is legally required to own every single electronic device. So you have to have one microwave in your house, one laptop, one desktop computer, one iPad. Like, not like you don't have to have every model phone, but you have to have at least one cell phone. I don't know. That's a little silly.
Just
You know what?
choose.
Had that one. All right, everybody, you guys just, what do you guys like? Throw some random stuff out. Let's see what you guys like. What do you guys think?
What about you legally
Versus
have to carry a cell phone on you at all times?
Legally have to carry a cell phone on you at all times. I like that. I think that's an interesting one.
What about you legally have to choose the topic
be the
before the show
You're not allowed to carry a cell phone with you anywhere?
and not during it?
When in public.
Yeah, just ignore me. Okay.
Wait, what? So you have to carry a cell
Yeah,
phone on
thanks.
you at all times, and the other person is presenting the thing of you cannot use a cell phone in public anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. That actually sounds pretty good. What do you guys think? I like that one. All right, so the debate will be: you have to carry a cell phone with you at all times. One of us will be defending that. So no matter where you are, whether you're in bed, whether you're out of the house, whether you're in school, whether you're on a bus, in a swimming pool, literally everywhere, you must have a cell phone on your person. You cannot set it down. It must be on your person so that there's no chance of you losing it. Versus, you are not allowed to use a cell phone in public. These are our two bills, our two laws potentially being implemented. Here we go. You ready, Boop?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm taking heads.
Heads. So heads, and you'll be in favor of which one?
Heads in favor of always carrying one.
All right. Heads, and Boop will be defending the always carry a cell phone everywhere you go position. Tails, I will be defending the always carry a cell phone everywhere you go. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
All right. Boop, you are in favor of always carry a cell phone everywhere you go. Okay?
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right. I am in favor of the cell phones cannot be used in public anymore. Mwahaha. All right, you fatties ready? Here we go. Do you want to do opening arguments first?
I think I'll let that pass. I'll give you a go to work your ideas into people.
Can you believe this muffin? All right, well, here we go. All right, guys. So I'm defending, so just for everybody who's just tuning in, this is the weirdest debate talk show, the weirdest talk show in the world, where what we do is we discuss silly topics, take silly positions. Anything we say is not necessarily what we actually believe, so keep that in mind. We're just defending something. We don't actually believe it. Anything we say is not necessarily our actual position. It's just for fun. All right, here we go. This is, you must always carry a cell phone everywhere versus you may never use your cell phone in public, which is what I'm defending. Here we go. All right, guys. Cell phones have basically ruined the world, okay? Think about all the good things that used to happen with cell phones. Without cell phones, people talked to each other, people engaged, people interacted in public. Now what happens, you go out in public, you go to restaurants, you go to movie theaters, you go to places, and people have their face buried in their cell phone, and it disgusts me. Okay? Nobody's interacting. Nobody's talking. An entire family of people will be staring at their cell phones. Okay? Think about how awful that will be, or how awful that is that this is going on. Okay? Because this is awful. Drop the bass part.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, there you go. I had to do it. They were bothering me about it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Anyway, okay. There you fatties go. All right, let's continue. Think about how awful that would be if that was... Stop laughing at me, you muffins. Think about how awful that is. The world we live in right now, where everybody is just constantly on their cell phone all the time. Have any of you guys ever been in a car with somebody, okay, where someone was driving while on their cell phone? That is the most frightening experience ever. Have you ever been on the road and you see somebody texting while driving? It's awful. I propose that we ban anybody using their cell phone in public where anyone else can see them using it. Privacy of their own home is fine, but in public or not on their own property, if you use a cell phone on public land at all, you take it out and start using it, then you will have your hand cut off. Probably not that, but you will be punished, have your cell phone taken away. And that is what I propose. And if we do this, we will see our society come back together again. I think we'll all come back together and it'll be a great day. It'll be a great time. All right, Boop. You ready? Boop.
Alright, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had my mic muted.
Wake up.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Alright, so we're going to start off by saying that if you have a cell phone already, you're probably of a certain age where you're going to be needing to use that for stuff like work, for contacting friends around the globe, and for just keeping up to date on what's going on in the world. So I think the main points I need to bring up are things like, if you're going to apply for a job, where are you going to get the contact back for that? You're going to get it on a phone, so you're going to need that phone with you at all times to find out if you have that job. You're going to need to do things like Googling things to find out if, I don't know, let's say Trump's done something. How are you going to find that out without having your phone right next to you, right in front of you, right there, just so you can use it then? You don't want to have to go home for that first. Alright, we've also got things like paying for things. You can use credit cards now on your phone. You can just swipe your phone at the till and there it is, paid for. I don't know, phones are just so useful nowadays that honestly I don't think I could live without mine. I don't keep mine on myself at all times, but if we had to, then it obviously wouldn't be a problem because people pretty much do that anyway. The only issue we would possibly even come across was like showers, swimming, stuff like that. But nowadays we have waterproof phones. Come on, guys.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
You're done?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, interesting. Alright, guys, now we're getting into the point of the show where we just go at it. We have a back and forth debate time. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, boop. Boop, 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 boop. You keep bringing up, or you brought up all of the benefits of cell phones. Would you say that cell phones have only had benefits and that there haven't been any negatives to cell phones?
I think everything in the world has its negative bad.
Okay, but you acknowledge that cell phones also have those negatives.
Yes.
Okay, then you acknowledge that people being able to take their cell phones and use them in public adds an extra negative to society. Okay? You've added negatives in the form of people being distracted constantly, not participating in conversations, children not learning in class because they're too busy texting on their fancy iPhone.
Okay.
How is this good for society?
Let me stop you right there and say, what about a toy then, Ben? Is a toy distracting? Is a toy going to distract a kid in class? Yes, of course it is. Like, how is that any different from what you're saying currently? It's just a distraction, that's what you're saying.
So you're saying phones are a distraction as well?
No, that's what you're saying to me. You're saying phones are a distraction. How is that any different from a toy?
Okay, so phones are basically toys, is what you're saying. So why should people be playing with toys constantly in public?
No, what I'm saying...
The point that I'm making is that phones have clearly, while they have brought some advantages and some benefits, they brought a heaping helping of negatives, and I don't propose we get rid of all their advantages, right? I propose we moderate it so that the advantages, so that we get rid of all the disadvantages. We can keep all the advantages of cell phones while not having all of the negatives that come from people using them in public.
Okay, so
people driving around while texting. You know how many people are killed while people text and drive? A lot. So why should this be happening?
As soon as someone gets into a car accident because of something like that, what happens? What do?
They take out their phone and maybe they call the police or whatever?
Exactly. They're going to call the police. They're going to call an ambulance. How are you going to do that if it's illegal to call the police?
You make a great point. I guess I would modify the position except in cases of emergencies.
Well, that's going against your point entirely then.
Because that's not using it in public. That's using... You know what? You're right. What we will do is we will build police call centers everywhere. Wait, no, most places have phones, and you can always just go into a place or have them call 911. So you're still going to have access to 911.
That's a public place, bed. That's
yes,
not a
but
home.
if you get into an accident way out in, some random location, you're not really out in public if you choose to call somebody at that point in time if no one's around to see you.
I thought we said we were only allowing them to use it in their homes, bed.
You're not allowed to use them in public, meaning anywhere where anybody can see you using it.
Okay.
So if no one can see you using it, then you can use it. So you could still use them in like the bathrooms at restaurants, right? Because no one can see you no one should be seeing you in a public bathroom. But the point is, by allowing people to not use them in public, we will have drastically improved the lives of everyone. Okay, no longer will we have this constant flood of people using cell phones in public, causing problems, just ruining lives for people by killing people in accidents. Yeah. Oh, you don't call being killed in an accident because some 17-year-old was texting, having your life ruined? I'd say that kind of ruins your life pretty hardcore.
I'm going to go ahead and say that if a 17-year-old is texting while driving, they probably have a few more other things that they're also doing wrong while driving. It won't be just the texting, of course.
So you don't think people should be texting and driving?
I don't think people should be texting and driving. It's already against the law, Ben.
Okay, then why do people do it? So why do people do it?
Why do people do it? Because they are so addicted to what they are doing.
Exactly. They're addicted, because they're legally allowed to constantly have their phone out. By restricting the time they're allowed to have their phone out, it will help with that addiction and solve the problem with a bunch of these people being addicted to the point where they feel like they're compelled to text on their phone while they're driving. That's what I'm solving. I'm addressing this very strong negative. We are helping people control their addictions. And if they can't, they get their phone taken away.
Okay, but what happens if you apply for a job and you get a call back for that job and they need to call you at that one time? If you do not pick up,
they can't call me and leave a voicemail. I can't check my phone when I go to the bathroom and see if I've received any calls and then call them back. If society adapted to something like this, Boop, we would eventually place little boxes for people to climb in where they'd be out of the public view and they'd be able to get on their phone and make those calls. So they could get a message, check it, go, oh, look, I got a message while they're in the bathroom, and then go into one of these little boxes, whoop, and then go ahead and make the quick call. Right? All of this can be addressed. It's just you can't limit yourself to not think of the possible solutions that would come up to address with these things. So we'd still get all these advantages. And
let me talk about notifications.
You bring up people needing their phones for work. Maybe that's part of the problem. Is we're tying people to their phones too much. The fact that people are constantly all on call from their employer. They're at home. The day is over. Back in the day when you were at home and the day was over, your job was done. Nowadays, your boss calls you up and says, "Hey, listen, I want to talk to you a little bit about some work." How's that fun for people? That's not good for our society that people can't leave work at the door and they're bringing it home.
Do you know what silent mode is, Ben?
Silent mode?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
You can turn your phone on silent mode and then not go those notifications. You can keep it on yourself and turn it off.
Yeah. But doesn't that remove some of the advantages then that you're proposing of everybody being required to keep their phone on them? Why do you want everybody to keep their phone on them? Isn't that just kind of a crazy thing?
No, because what if the government needs to be in contact with you and they need to pull you? The government
needs to be in contact with you.
Yeah.
So you want the government to basically spy and track everybody at all times?
No, not spy and track, bad. Keep an eye out for you.
So do you think the government should be allowed to track everybody at all times?
Track? No. Contact? Yes.
Okay, so they shouldn't know your location, but they should be able to send a message to your location at any time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? If they're able to send a message to you, they know your location.
Not necessarily.
No, yes, necessarily. That's how phones work. Yes.
No.
Yes. They have to know your location in order to send a message to you.
They have to know an address that you're sending that location for.
Yes, and how do you think they know where your phone is? Or they know the phone number in order to send it to? It's because a cell phone tower reports your location.
Yeah, but we can have cell phone towers stop that.
Stop that? Then they wouldn't be able to send messages to you.
They would be able to send messages, but
No, they wouldn't.
they can have an IP address assigned to that cell phone tower that is anonymous when it gets sent back.
Okay, so now you're proposing not only requiring everybody to carry a cell phone, but redesigning all of the cell phone infrastructure as to how cell phones communicate and send messages to each other.
Honestly, the whole redesigning of that would not be that difficult. I know, speaking from personal experience.
Wait, say that again?
I know, speaking from personal experience, it would not be that difficult to reroute things like that.
Okay, I take it you have a degree in cell phone communication?
Servers.
Oh, in servers? That's voice over IP protocol is completely different.
Yeah, but it runs through servers, but
What runs through servers? Voice over IP, yeah.
yeah,
But what I'm
voice
saying,
runs
it's
through
completely
servers.
different to how your cell phone communicates with other cell phones. Anyway,
You can run through a proxy.
that's neither here nor there. The point is, the point that you are totally missing, and you're missing hardcore, Boop, is that people should not be on their phones at all times. Wouldn't you agree? Would you agree with that people should not have their phone out at every waking moment when they're in public?
Well, yeah, but that's an optional thing.
Okay. So if you agree with me on that, would you also agree that there are people who cannot control themselves and who have become addicted to their phones and have to have it out all the time? Would you agree?
People like that can have counseling, but yes.
Okay, meaning that if people are allowed to have their phones out at all times, then the people who have a problem and are addicted to it will have their phones out at all times. Thus, the need for requirement to mandate that those people do not have their phones out at all times. You have basically agreed to the foundation of my argument. We need to protect those people from themselves and from
Nope.
their insane, dastardly muffins, because if we don't, the bodies will keep piling up in the streets, Boop. Is that what you want?
Yes, that is exactly what I
That
want.
is
Do you
exactly
know
what you want. You want the bodies to pile up in the streets.
do you know why people are addicted to stuff?
Hold on. I want to clarify this. Did you just say you want the bodies to pile up in the streets?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Why would you say that?
To stop you from talking about it.
What? That's not,
Why does it always end up with death?
look, it doesn't always end up with death. It's the
It does. I'm sorry, but it does.
No, it
Every
doesn't.
single episode, you
Look,
end up talking
a lot
about
of
death.
things- A lot of things end up with death, okay? Look, I already defended my arguments, and he wouldn't concede. I had to go the final route of, well, if he doesn't agree with me, people will die. And he's like, okay, that's great. How are you supposed to?
All things
Convince
always
someone.
end up with death, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what were you saying? What's your argument?
I was gonna say, I completely forgotten, honestly. Hold on, it'll come back to me.
What?
This is what happens when we talk about deathbed. I lose my train of thought.
Yeah?
You have a train?
Oh my...
What?
You a conductor?
Yes, I'm a conductor, Ben.
That's why you want everybody to have their cell phones all the time. It's because you're on a train all the time.
Yes, I am a train conductor.
Ah. Well, what were you saying? Come on.
Honestly, you've confused me so much, Ben.
Come on.
Hold on.
Look.
Am I supposed to put a song break?
Okay. No, listen. Will you acknowledge, Boop, that if we ban the public use of phones, that fewer people will die from people texting or talking on the phone while driving? driving? Will you acknowledge? You will not.
No.
You will not concede the obvious point that if fewer people are texting while driving, then fewer people will die as a result of them texting and driving.
Okay. If people are texting while driving less, yes. That is not the point I am making. I am not saying that everyone has to use their phones while they're driving.
We will be
I'm
right
saying
back.
that it has to be on
only
them.
hit US. Yay.
I'm not sure what just happened. But okay. Diplo, Jonas Brothers. With no-
What? Word. Back.
yeah.
Hey, everybody. We're back. All right, everybody. So, we're back with the talk show. So Senor Boop.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for cutting you off for a little talk show or a little song. I apologize. What was the thing you wanted to say?
Okay, so I wanted to go over some of the advantages of actually having your phone on you at all times, because
Okay,
you've
go
gone
ahead.
on and on and on about what
Go ahead.
things can actually happen when you have it on you at all times, but you haven't got about the advantages of having that.
Okay, I
Because-
want to hear some of these advantages. Go ahead.
All right. So the main things I personally use my phone for are things like emailing, getting notifications to my phone, sharing music to other people, sharing music to myself, listening to it when I'm going everywhere pretty much, and honestly just keeping in touch with what's going on in the world.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna be unable to carry my phone on me in public, personally, I feel like there is a lot in the world that I would not be as connected as I need to be. For
Like?
example, we've got things like my bosses. Every single day, I will get texts from them to say things like, have you done this at work? Have you done this at work? And if I don't respond within, I don't know, half an hour or so, I'm going to get a message from them saying that they're disappointed with what I've done at work because I've not been catching up today on what I need to do. Right?
See, Boop, you've presented the perfect argument for why this policy needs to go into effect. If this policy was in effect, you'd have a perfect excuse for why you couldn't respond immediately, and that would give you freedom and liberty from not being constantly on your boss's, at your boss's fingertips, where they constantly feel like they can reach you at literally any time.
But
Right?
do
That
you
gives you
think-
freedom.
Do you think that having an excuse and having freedom is a good thing rather than actually doing things properly?
Oh, so it's proper that your bosses feel like they can reach out to you at any time of day, at any point, and
If
harass
someone's
you about
important,
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, would you say that everything your bosses message you about to see if you did it is important?
Yes, every single thing, because they trust me to do things that
single
I
thing.
get on
They
with.
apparently don't trust you if they're constantly asking you if you do it.
No, they're not constantly asking me if I've done it. They're asking me about things I don't know about bad. Stuff like there was an upgrade to a piece of software at work recently we had.
Mhm.
I had no idea that that was happening because I am doing what's going on in my workplace. My
Yes.
bosses are contacting every one of our employees using their phones, bear in mind, that are on them while they're at work in a public place and telling them about these new things that are out.
And
This
they couldn't
software
tell
would-
you, just send you a message that you could have checked later. That
Oh, no,
you
no.
absolutely had to know that. There's no way for you to just check and get that information another time.
Because I work as the server administrator, Dad, that message has to get to me directly at that time, because if it doesn't, people are going to be stopped from working. Every single person in the building would not be able to continue work if I did not update that piece of software.
Okay, perfect. You could be sitting there, you get a ding on your phone, you go to the bathroom and you check. There you go. Problem
Let's
solved.
talk about that. get a
You
thing
might
on
be
your
making
phone.
more bathroom trips than the average person, but the average person will be freed from this tyrannical boss tyranny where the bosses feel like they constantly have that person by the throat and can constantly contact them at any given time.
But Bad, let's think about that though. If you get a notification on your phone, in your regime, you would have to go to a place that is not public to be able to check what it was, correct?
Correct.
Okay, think about things like mobile gaming, Bad. How many notifications a day on stuff like Facebook, Discord do you get from people that
I don't
are
have
not
Facebook.
important? Alright, social media platforms.
No, see,
right?
you're making a great point. I get so many notifications. This would force me to cut my life down to the bare minimum of what's actually important. Why bother with stuff that is not
I think
important?
that's healthy.
I think it is healthy. I think my policy will help people cut down their notifications to just the things that are really important to their life, freeing them from all of the nonsense and the unessential. That's a huge benefit to people if they can do that. If people can free themselves from that constant need to feel like they have to check their phone. Now they'll know that if they get a notification that it is for something important.
Do you not think people will be anxious about what's going to happen when they don't check their notifications, they don't check their phone for stuff like, I don't know, a friend's contacted them on Discord that hasn't contacted them in years. You need to go back to the bathroom to see what's happened.
People are already anxious about that. That's why they constantly take their phone out. My method will free them from that anxiety, will allow them to be free. They won't be tied to their devices like they are now, where they're constantly feeling this desire and this need and this hunger to check. They'll be liberated. I'm bringing liberty and freedom to people to be able to go, hey, you know what? I don't have to check my phone at every single second of every single day. I can actually go ahead and not worry about it because I know that I've set it up where the only notifications I'm going to be getting are the really important ones. And that's the value that what I'm saying brings. It brings that value of letting people communicate and actually enjoy life when they're out in public, when they're out interacting with people. They'll be able to actually enjoy life and live it, rather than living through their device and not really focusing on what's going on around them. Think about concerts. Have you been to a concert recently? Everybody at the concert takes their cell phone out and they view the concert through the screen. That is absurd. I think it is because people are trying to live a life through their device. If we make it so you cannot do that, then people will be able to enjoy and actually experience the concert rather than just trying to show people, oh, look at me, I'm experiencing a concert. Look how fun it is.
Okay,
they'll be actually able to have fun.
Go to those places and actually experience those concerts yourself. How are you going to feel those emotions that other people felt when they went there?
Really?
Yes.
You're telling me when you watch a concert video on YouTube, you're feeling the same emotions as the people who actually went to that concert? Come on, Boop.
Hey, if I am very dedicated to an artist and that artist is performing the other side of the globe for me, I'm going to want someone to record it and send it to me, right?
And you're going to be totally satisfied this is just as good. When the concert comes to your town, you're going to be like, nah, I already saw it on some guy's shaky cell phone
maybe
cam.
Not, but it's something.
Not just as good. It's not even something. It's not even remotely the same thing.
No. It's a sign that person that recorded it and sent it to you to show you because they know you love that artist.
And guess
it's a sign that they
what?
care about you.
Concerts will now be able to sit there. They'll be able to record it themselves, okay, record the concert, and they can sell DVDs to people so people can either get free DVDs or maybe the concert can print them out right then and sell them to people. So if you want to keep a memory of the concert, you still can. You can literally still do that. You can go purchase the DVD, boom. Now you actually have the physical manifestation in good quality with good audio, so not just bad, where you'll be able to experience that concert again. Boom.
Okay, I'm going to bring you back a little bit now to the point that you made about making an exception for emergencies, right?
Or not necessarily a DVD. I just used the word DVD. Any other type of medium. A USB drive. USB drives are cheap enough now. Okay, sorry, what'd you say?
I'm going to bring you back to your point you made to make an exception for cases that are specifically emergencies. So my voice is going again.
What? Oh yeah, emergencies, you said?
Yeah, emergencies. So, for example, like if someone gets hit by a car, you're going to call an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to determine exactly what makes an emergency?
An emergency is any situation where it's life and death or serious property damage.
Okay, so if my nan gets
or like a car accident. Car accident, emergency. Your nan is severely ill and you're calling an ambulance, that's fine. Emergency.
Okay, my nan is severely ill and someone has called me but I'm in a public place.
Do you know, fun fact, do you know that you are oh, well then that's perfect. Because you have trimmed down your notifications, your phone will be vibrating. You'll be getting a call and you'll go, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom or to one of those public boxes. So I'm going to take this call.
Okay, but how are you going to know what that notification's about?
No, exactly.
Without looking at it. But that's going to mean so many people during their day are going to have to go to a public phone box or a bathroom or something to check a
Not
notification.
nearly as much, because they'll have cut down their notifications and their public phone use to just what is important.
Okay, but you're telling me you're going to have to go around everywhere in the world and construct these phone boxes for people?
No, the businesses will construct them themselves. Think about it. If a business,
that's a cost to people,
if this law becomes law, then businesses will go, oh, hey, if we construct these phone boxes, we'll get an advantage. People will feel comfortable coming here, right? And then they'll do that. They'll construct the phone boxes. Bada boom, bada bing.
Then you end up with people sitting in the phone boxes all day because, yeah, I've got an important call. I'm just going to go sit in there.
Good luck sitting in the phone box all day and eating your food.
What do you mean?
Like, again, if people are going to like a restaurant with their friends, you really think people are going to gonna go, oh, I'm just gonna go sit in the phone box the whole time? No, at that point, they're not interacting with their friends. They might as well be sitting at home at that point. Okay? The point I'm advocating, Boop, is that your absurdity of people being required to keep their phones everywhere is just feeding the device addiction that people already have. Okay, by requiring them, now you're giving them an excuse to always have their phone out and on them at all times. My thing is freeing people from that and allowing people to get untethered from their device so that they're not constantly stressed out. Do you know social media stress is a real thing where people are actually stressed out about what people are saying about them on social media? Okay? Yeah. That's very stressful for people. People don't need to be experiencing that kind of stress constantly. Free people from that stress and let them be able to catch a breather. Like, I think that's the way to go. And I understand where you're coming from with you want everybody to have access to their phone and everything, but I honestly think all we're doing is we're hurting people in the long run. We're hurting people, we're feeding that addiction, we're feeding that stress, that anxiety of them constantly feeling that like they need to have their phone, and that's just not good for them.
But honestly, I really want to come back to this point again about emergencies though, bad, because I think there is going to be so many situations where people say, oh yeah, this is definitely an emergency, and it's not. And what are you going to do about that? Are you going to have some sort of law enforcement?
If it's a real emergency, then they'll be fine. And if it's not, then they get their phone taken away. Maybe they can pay a fine. Yeah, they get their phone taken away. They can get a fine, pay a fine to get it given back or something like that.
Okay. So you're saying it's a luxury to have a phone then?
No. Phones are
having a phone
cheap
taken
enough.
Away.
Phones are cheap enough that they're as expensive as you want them to be. Okay. Boop, we're running out of time, so we got to do closing arguments. Do you want to go first or second?
I can go first.
Okay, Boop, go ahead.
Okay, so I've talked on and on about the fact that people having their phones with them at all times is going to be an advantage. Overall, we've got stuff like emailing, we've got notifications from friends, we've got even stuff like music sharing on aux cords in cars, sharing media to people, like we've said, from concerts. Honestly, there are so many things that you need your phone in public to be able to do, and if you have to go to a little phone box to be able to do that, it's just not going to be appealing for people. And honestly, there are so many things in the world that I would not know without my phone in public. I wouldn't be able to talk to my friends next to me about certain things like what's going on in the news at the moment because of the fact that I don't have that resource in front of me and I'm not allowed to use that resource.
Okay. That's a good argument. I will just say that I think phones obviously have their purpose. Phones are obviously important. but people are not getting emergency calls and emergency contacts every single day. Okay, but that's what people are treating their phones like. They're treating it like it is an emergency lifeline that they are constantly needing to check it, be on it, because we have elevated the status of the phone to being this thing that we constantly have to check and the thing that we constantly need. I want to free people from that by setting a place where they can't use it. If we set that place where they can't use it, we give people an excuse and a freedom to only use it, or to basically interact with people, to be able to experience, to go out to eat and not worry that their date is going to be sitting there talking on the phone the entire time or texting, to not have to worry about people texting while driving or calling and crashing into them and not paying attention, looking down at their phone and Googling something or watching a YouTube video while they're, driving down the road. We won't have to worry about that. Okay? The problem is phones have been abused far too much and people have made them too important a part of their lives. I'm not saying that phones are not important. I'm just saying they're not as important and they're not as significant as the way that we have made them. And it's time for us to take some control of our lives back, and limit the amount of phone access people have in public. All right, you get one more closing sentence, Boop.
All I've got to say is, coming back to that emergencies point again, honestly, there are going to be so many times in which you need to be able to use your phone, and you just can't because of that sensation of going, oh wait, is this really an emergency? Is it not? Am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to fine? People are going to be worried about the fact that they are using their phone in public for an emergency. And they need to be able to do that. That is all I can really bring back to. It's the final point.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to go and post the poll on Twitter really quick. It'll be a reply to my last tweet. Who won the debate? And we'll say, remember, vote for who you think did the best job defending their point, not for who you like the most. All right, here we go, guys. Your poll options are the Boop, Bad Boy Halo, and then Ty, and then did not tune in. Here we go, guys. You have 5 minutes to go ahead and vote. And a 1 and a 2 and go. Everybody go vote in reply to my tweet. Oh, man. Well, they're voting Boop. That was a pretty good debate.
That went okay. I'm still feeling a little rough, though, from last week.
Little rough. Just still a little bit down in the dumps and under the weather.
Yeah, I got a bit of a cold, bit of a cough.
Well, I think you did a good job. Definitely much better than Pandas would have done.
Name Sapnap.
Pandas.
Don't call me that.
Okay, Pandas. That's your name. Your name is literally Pandas backwards.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, well, one of the letters like flipped. They can't hear us right now, right?
No, they can hear us. Hi, everyone.
Awkward.
Bum, 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 bum.
Wait, actually, no cap?
Yeah, can.
Yeah, they can hear it. No memes. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? Are you guys having a good day? All right, let's go check the poll. Oh, interesting.
I'm voting the Boot.
Interesting results so far.
Ooh, he's on your tail. He's on your tail right now.
I know, but look, Ty is doing really good. Like, look at how many people are voting Ty. Oh my gosh. We might actually end up with a tie. Boop, do you think we're going to end up with a tie?
I'd be happy with a tie.
A tie. I mean, look, 21% for you, 23%.
Did you ever put the option tie?
Yeah, I did.
Like before, I mean?
Yeah, I put the option tie
never.
before. Yes, I have. Pandas.
Pandas.
Oh, Oh yeah, you actually did. But it never went on tie.
Tie. Is it going to land on tie? Tie.
It looks like it's going on tie.
Yeah, unless one of us ends up getting more votes. We'll have to see. Aw, somebody says, I miss Cletus and Sir Francis, to be honest.
Oh no.
Aw.
I don't miss them.
I miss them. Thank you, whoever said that. Emily Ann, thank you.
Oh my god.
Here, let me go get Cletus. Cletus, come here. Oh gosh, darn.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Y'all be missing me. Hope y'all having a good day. My name is Cletus.
Wait, am I missing something?
Okay. Anyway. Cletus, what's your favorite type of shoe? Dude, my favorite type of shoe is the Croc. It's so versatile. It's got a bunch of uses, you know. You got your soft Crocs.
Are you over yet?
Crocs, your leather Crocs, your amazing Crocs. We got 1 minute left. I'm going to refresh it. Let's see how many poll results we got. And I think we're pretty much good. Oh my goodness. Boop. Tie, 24%. Bad Boy Halo, 24%.
I see 35% for tie right now.
I see 31% for tie.
19%. I'm just going off of the results. How many votes do you guys have?
I have
137.
Oh, mine's set 156.
That's so annoying that it's not on sync.
Yeah,
I see 156. Yeah. Oh my god. Ty and Bad Boy Halo are even. Everyone go vote Ty right now.
Okay. It looks like I think it's gonna be. Let's see what the results come to. Oh no, Ty down to 23. Bad Boy Halo to 24. Aw. You know what? I
Wait, it's not over. For me, it's 25.
Good. Ty is 25.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it just
went.
It's 24-24.
I'm seeing 24.
Yeah,
you're
a little bit behind. Yeah, the poll doesn't update live for everyone. Mine's now at 191 votes.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, it looks like
we're waiting for the end of the poll. Like for it to close, because it's really close.
I don't know. You know what, guys? I appreciate everybody who voted for me. I think this is within the margin of error. I think there's going to be enough. I think 2% people coming in and voting in favor of me just because they see my Twitter. I think there's probably people who did that, and I think Ty probably would have come pretty close to winning. I don't know. I think it's fair to call this a tie, don't you, Boop?
I agree.
The results are pretty much like with
it's
error for each person.
Okay, I'm showing the results on the stream if I manage to.
We're gonna go with the tie. I think a tie is a good way to call it.
That's very mature of you, Mr. Halo.
Everybody, I think Boop did a great job defending his point, and honestly, there were great points to be made about each argument, and I think we both did a pretty good job. So, good work, Senor Boop.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, guys, we're approaching the end of the show. So, Boop, is there anything you want to shout out?
Prison Reset.
Prison Reset. Everybody, there's going to be a Prison Reset on Munchie MC this Saturday, December 14th. Hype for that. Hope to see you all there for that. Also, follow me on Twitter at Saints of Games. Pandas, you don't get to shout anything out. All right, and everybody make sure you are subscribed to twitch.tv/onlyhitus, all that good stuff. All right, I think we covered.
Yeah, we have good music coming up. We have Cindy Scott with a ton of good music. I think she has like Ed Sheeran, Selena Gomez, and many more. Just listen and tell us if you like the playlist. I guess. So, let's go for Cindy.
All right.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Will you be on Thursday?
Yes, we will be back here Thursday. See you all there.
Thursday, 5 p.m. EST for the Weirdest Show.
Right, sons, and hello, it's Cindy Scott here.